once the show begins. I hate an unattentive audience. All right, and we are...
We're gonna bounce on the boat if you don't mind.
Rearranging my audience, I can't believe it. How rude. Okay, and we are... Clear. Beautiful. All right, just as a reminder, please remain seated at all times. Keep your hands on seat legs outside the boat. If parents, supervise your children. That's me. Working with you, and I'm waiting for you to do that. All right, now give a big wave to my fans out on the dock. Big guy. Oh, sweet. We're never going to see him again. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Welcome to the world-famous Jungle Cruise, starring yours truly, the amazing, the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful, the beguiling, the sweetheart of the Upstream Society. But you can just call me Skipper Clove. We are kicking off our journey today in the Amazon rainforest. And as we're coming around this slow corner here, you're going to see some giant butterflies. Now, those guys can go to be anywhere between 12 inches and a whopping 1 foot, making them the rulers of the jungle. And I do have to admit, I am quite fond of royalty. And as we're coming around this corner here, you're going to favorite spots on the cruise. Inspiration Rock. Yeah, you know, I love this place because it often brings a lot of questions like, Skipper Clove, why is it called Inspiration Rock? Well, that's because it inspires usually very sensible people to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the jungle. Isn't it just beautiful? Quick, everybody give me an ooh. Now give me an ah. Now everybody say, Skipper Clove, you look really pretty today. Thank you. I know, but the reminder's always nice. All right, I know our time in the Amazon was brief, but I always think this message is on, so we're going to say thank you. Next, we're headed into the Congo, and if you look up on the shore there, you're going to see one of my favorite dining spots to recommend. Yeah, I personally don't eat there, but if you like to eat fish food and become fish food, then that could be the place for you. We normally do have a skipper up there, you know, sleeping, but you get the service that you paid for around here, and since you're on my boat today, it's safe to assume that you're on a budget. Oh my God, that is a huge snake. You know, I actually think that's part of I am so sorry. I got excited. I thought somebody popped a bottle of champagne, but this is clearly not that kind of party. Wow. Wild animals up there. Absolutely fabulous. And oh my God, just look at what they did to my cheek. I'm never going to get that thing to turn over now. We are leaving that hot mess in the past, and we are moving on to the Nile River, which is actually the longest river in the world. And if you don't believe me, well, you might just be jealous because anybody who disagrees with me is automatically wrong. Oh my gosh, look! An African elephant! Do you know how I know that's an African elephant? Because we're in Africa. I already said that. Keep up. And you know, fun fact about the elephant, they actually have the best memory in the jungle. You know, I wish I had that. Really help me with my job. As we're coming around this corner here, we are entering the African belt, one of my favorite spots as well. Because here you'll see some stunning displays of Mother Nature, like beautiful rock formations, elegant long-necked giraffes, classic black and white seabirds, and those weird fuzzy cow things I don't actually know the names of. Oh my gosh, how rude. The lions didn't invite us to dinner. And I'm sorry, are we seeing a resemblance with the hair here? Yeah, you know, I always did call them copycats, but they have way too much pride to ever admit something like that. Oh, don't look now. Actually, please look now. We have a tragedy up ahead. Oh, how amazing! You know, actually, earlier today we had a group of VIPs come in. Yeah, I kept telling everybody, you know, you should let the best of the best TV obviously handle them, but they decided to take a chance on the new guy. Something about wanting to prove himself. Poor Skipper Felix. Oh well, quick, everybody point and laugh at him. Point and laugh. Go on, it's okay. Alright, as much as I love public humiliation, we'll leave the laughing to the hyenas for now. As we go deeper into the Nile, up here on the shore, you're going to see some Nile crocodiles. Now that big one there, that's Smiley, and the little one, that's his little sister Ginger. But be wary, Ginger is known to snap. And she's not the only Ginger with a short fuse, so you better laugh at my jokes. Yeah, I'm not kidding about that one. Behind me, we have Schweitzer Falls, which is named after our infamous founder, Dr. Albert Ball. But you know, more on that later. I like making people suspense and filled with drama. You know, as long as you've been on this boat together, getting to know each other a little bit more intimately, you're probably wondering, Skipper Clove, how did you land your job here? And as much as I want to credit my stunning good looks, I actually took a crash course. Yeah, it was half off. know all about that lifestyle. And you know, sometimes when I'm working, people tell me, typical, your job is so easy and a monkey do it. Which is totally untrue and very insulting. Because when you're working here, you need a modicum of understanding. Just an ounce of memory retention and those are chips. Get that right. But I do have to admit, all the tests you guys are giving me is kind of making me feel like this weird flutter in my stomach, you know? Kind of like that guy. Get it? He's eating butterflies in his stomach. Well, what can I say? When you're working in show business, you can't let your nerves get the best of you. That's what I always say. Okay, it's time for the reason you all boarded my boat today. It is time for the grand, the unparalleled, the second most beautiful thing in the jungle. Yeah, I wish I could get a vlog like that by just going with the flow too. Alright, as we're turning around this corner here, we're actually entering the Mekong River, and if you look behind me, you see that? That's a temple. Yeah, you know, last time I was at the temple, I saw a bunch of shiny, bejeweled gold things, so while we're in there, consider picking something up for me, you know, as a thank you for bringing you all along with me today. So if you see anything shiny, or bejeweled, or gold, consider picking it up. Just keep an eye out, okay? And I'll keep mine close as it's right. Their trunks on, so feel free to pull out your cameras, you know, snap a couple pictures. And you know, since we're in the elephant pool, I do feel it's time that I share a fun fact with you all. The elephant actually has the best memory in the jungle. You know, I wish I had that. It would really help me with my job. And before any of you start to worry, please don't. I trained the elephants a long time ago not to spray the boat anymore. Yeah, not after the incident. Excuse me, listen super well. I wonder how to do with their memory. Going back to the elephants, they actually have the best memory in the jungle. I wish I had that. It would really help me with my job. And, you know, I know that you guys didn't get me anything from the temple today, but I just decided to take the high river and we're going to stop by our gift shop. Yeah, I'm just that generous. What can I say? So, as we're pulling up there, just let me know if you see anything you like, and I'll make sure to ignore you, just like you guys did to me. Yeah, this is a two-way relationship. Oh my gosh, those monkeys are still trying to break that record. You know, they've been at that forever, just going around and around and around and around. It's like a never-ending song. You know, actually, fun fact, I broke a world record once. World first muscle skipper. Yeah, they were going to put me in the book and everything, but when they were organizing the stage, they were like, oh, she's going to outshine everybody, so they scrapped the idea. Oh my gosh, and when you look at that, the monkeys are still at that boxing match. You know, that pair of underwear really looks familiar. It kind of looks like something my ex used to wear, but it can't be. You went missing years ago. Oh well. Oh my gosh, the paparazzi just keeps calling me to work, but don't worry, that monkey's just really early in his career. He's just trying to get some exposure. And look, an elephant. You know, fun fact about elephants, they actually have the best memory in the jungle. I wish I had that. It would really help me with my job. Alright, before we pull up to the dock here, I would just like to get a little sentimental with you all. Okay, is that allowed? Yeah, you guys have all been lovely. You know, just absolutely amazing. A wonderful audience. And when you leave my boat today and you enter the real world and you see my name on a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame or my face on billboards in Times Square and you're thinking of me, just know from the bottom of my heart, I am not thinking of you. Yeah, and as we're about to pull up there, I would just like to remind you all to remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the boat, and parents continue supervising those children. Yeah, and once we get up there, also you're gonna see two docks, one on your left, one on your right. That's what we like to call a paradox. Yeah, that one's really hard for people to wrap their head around. And if you look up on the dock right there, you're actually gonna see what I like to call a pair of doors. It's okay, you can tell them I said that. They know how I feel about them. And just as a reminder also, all my friends on this side of the boat, lock in people, this side of the boat, you're going to be exiting out the back there. People on the center cargo, and on this side, you're exiting out the front door. You know, in theory, we had doors. Yeah, they weren't a part of the budget. And if you're exiting and you feel your socks start to get a little wet, yeah, you're probably getting off on the wrong side. At that point, not my problem. Oh, look, they're boarding up some VIPs. Wow. Special treatment. Hopefully they won't end up like Skipper Felix. Actually, I kind of hope they do. Learn their lesson for not trusting me like that. Oh well. I guess since we're stuck here, I can point out some jungle facts that I learned while being a skipper, I suppose. Yeah, I can point out some of my favorite plants, name them off for y'all. Yeah, how do we feel about that?
Yeah.
That one right there, that one's Steve. He's a little prickly. Don't get too close to him. It's that attitude problem I keep telling him. And that one over there, that one's Katie. Yeah, I tell her all my secrets. She doesn't tell a soul. Probably because she doesn't have a mouth. And that one, Jerry, yeah, he's all bark, no bite. I promise. Again, plants don't really have mouths. And, you know, I've done enough yapping about myself today, so if I have to learn something about y'all, I suppose I could. My friends right here, where are y'all from? Where are y'all from? Portland, Oregon? What about my friends in the back here? Right here.
Indiana.
I'm sorry?
Indiana.
No, I heard you. I'm just sorry.
You know.
All right, it looks like we're pulling up to the dock here, so again, just as a reminder, remain seated at all times, keep your hands, arms, feet, legs inside the boat. Parents, continue supervising those children. Oh my gosh, no way. You're lying. Really? You know what those twos mean? You know what those mean? We get to go around 2 more times. Who's excited? Clap if you're excited. Go on, clap. Clap if you're excited. Oh, come on, people. Pathetic. All right, I'm just kidding. It just means we're pulling up to the second dock, which means twice the cat, twice the time, and twice the amount of distance that you have to take to get to the exit. All right. Hi. All right, as outstanding as you all have been inside of my boat, I think it's time now outstanding out there on that dock. So I really just have 2 more words to say to y'all, and that is from the bottom of my heart. Get out. I'm sorry, that was rude. Please get out. Bye-bye. Oh, a standing ovation you shouldn't have. Bye-bye now. Watch your head, watch your step. Use those handrails. Sayonara. Adios. And on the flip side, cheerio. Watch your head, watch your step. Use those handrails, please. You've been an absolutely lovely audience. It's so hard to say goodbye. It's harder to